Hello everyone, welcome to my lecture on the topic Meaning of Supply and Law of Supply. The law of supply is an economic principle that states that when prices increases, the quantity supplied also increases. This is because producers and manufacturers will be willing to sell more of a product at higher prices so that to increase their profits. Right? So here economists have studied the behavior of both buyers and sellers. They have discovered the law of supplies as a result of their findings. The law of supply describes the relationship between price and the amount supplied when all other variables remain constant. That is, ceteris paribus. This is a Latin phrase that is generally referred or generally means all other things being equal, constant or unchanged. Supply can be defined as a quantity of the product that a seller is willing to offer in the market at a particular price within a specific time. It is the supply of a product is influenced by various determinants such as price, cost of production, government policies and other technological aspects. Concepts of supply. It should be noted that demand is the willingness of a buyer, whereas supply is the willingness of a supplier. Supply refers to the quantity of the commodity offered for sale given the conditions at a given price, given market and at a given time. These are the main elements of supply. Determinants of supply. Here are some determinants of the supply. First one is price of the commodity. The price of the commodity is directly related for the supply of any goods and services. That is, if the prices are high, supply will be high. If the prices are high, supply will be high. Prices low, supply also will be low. The cost of production or production cost. Since most private companies' goal is profit maximization, higher production cost will lower profits, thus hinders supply. Factors affecting production cost are input prices, wage rates, government regulations and taxes. Technological aspect. Technological improvements help reduce cost of production and increase profits, thus to stimulate high supply of goods and services. Government subsidies and taxes. If government taxes are there, taxes are high, the cost of production will be high. That leads to less supply, as the firms will be willing to supply less amount at that particular given period of time. Now if suppose there are subsidies given to the certain products, goods and services, that will result in reduction in the cost of production and increase in the supply at every given price of the commodities. Expectations of future prices. The producers expect future price rise. They will try to hold on to their inventories and other products and offer the products to the buyers in the future. Thus they can capture the higher price. Availability of the substitutes. Availability of the substitutes also has an impact on the supply of its goods. Number of sellers and firms that are available delivering a certain particular type of a commodity. More sellers in the market increases the market supply. It is a competition about it gives rise to a competitive high competition in the market. Supply function is a mathematical expression of the law of supply. It quantifies the relationship between the quantity supplied and the price of the commodity while keeping the other factors at constant. The law of supply expresses the nature of relationship between the quantity supplied and the price of the product, and it is represented as a quantity supplied is equal to function of all the determinants of supply. QS is supply, P is the price of the goods supplied, cost of the goods, T is the technology, G is government rates and taxes, R is expected future price, N is other firms selling the same commodity in the market. According to the law, the quantity supplied increases with the rise in the price, as already we have learned in the earlier discussion of a product, and vice versa. While other things factors are constant, the other factors may include customers' preferences, size of the market, size of the population, etc. here. This means if the price of the product X rises, there will be more products to offer to customers by sellers and vice versa. Assumptions in law of supply. Assumptions of law of supply are nothing but conditions which will be considered for analyzing or for studying of the law of supply. Income of buyers and sellers should remain constant or without any change for the period of the study. The commodity is measurable and available in small units. The taste and preferences of the buyers remain unchanged. Taste and preferences remain unchanged. The cost of all factors of productions do not change over a period of time. The time period under consideration is very short, should be short. The technology used remains constant. The producer is rational. Natural factors remain stable. Expectations of producers and the government policy do not change over a period of time. So these are the underlying assumptions of the law of supply. This is a supply schedule and the curve with which the concept of the law of supply is explained or demonstrated. There is a schedule here with the price of the commodities per kg displayed as well as the quantity consumed per week is displayed. We can observe here as the price keeps on increasing, there is a increase in the quantity supplied. So they said the same data represented on the x-axis, in the graph here. On x-axis, the quantity is represented, on y-axis, price is represented on the y-axis. At 0, the supply curve is moving from left to right upwards. Now here, for 5 units of, let us assume this is as a P1. P2, next is P3. So at P1, that is it, if the product of the price is, the price of the product is 5 rupees, the quantity consumed of that particular commodity is 3000 units. Now if there is a slight increase in the price happening here, that is from 5 to 15 rupees, which is represented as P2 level, and slowly the consumption of that commodity is also increasing from 3000 to 8000. Similarly, if it is going to 15, it is 12,000. If it is for 20, it is 15,000, and at 25 it is not displayed yet. It will be somewhere around more than 15,000 as such. This supply curve is a graphical representation of the relationship between the price and the goods of the services and the quantity supplied for a given period of time. Right? So this is an explanation that is how a supply curve operates. We have considered P1 as rupees 5 and Q1 as 3000 units quantity. As the price starts rising, the quantity supplied also starts rising. As there will be assumptions, there also will be exceptions to the law of this particular law. First being future expectations, agricultural goods, perishable goods, rare articles and backward countries. For future expectations, the law of supply is not valid if the sellers expect fall in the price in the future. That means they don't want to if there is a expectation of fall in the prices in the future, the seller will be willing to sell more in this situation, even at a cheaper price. However, if seller expects an increase in the future price, they will reduce the supply at this situation and deliver it later and supply it at a later time at a higher price. Agricultural commodities. These are exempted from the rule of supply as they are produced in response to climatic circumstances, which is not always guaranteed. If the production of agricultural goods is low because of unexpected weather changes, supply cannot be expanded even though the prices are high. So whatever the amount of commodity that is produced or grown in that particular season, only that much they can be able to supply, not anything more than that. Perishable goods. Sellers are willing to offer more perishable commodities such as fruits, vegetables and other fruits even if the prices are low, because they cannot keep such things for an extended period of time because of its less shelf time or storage time. Rare articles. Rare articles are unique and they are not available in abundance. The law of supply does not apply to precious, rare or artistic items. Even if the price increases, the number of the rare items cannot be increased because they are always limit. There will always be a limit for this. Backward countries. Due to the scarcity of resources, output and supply cannot be enhanced in economically underdeveloped countries. So these are the few important exceptions to the law where the law of supply does not hold good. With this, I'll end up the session here. Thank you.